Happy Pride Month, everyone. Welcome back to OceanClick TV. I'm Sprinzil, your host. This June, we are honoring the voices, the stories, the experiences of the LGBTQ plus community. Whether you're out, still figuring things out, or you are here to learn and support, you belong. Today, I am joined by two incredible guests who embody strength, authenticity, and pride every single day. Please help me welcome Shalami and Joy. Hi, Shalami, Joy, welcome to the show. Please introduce yourselves, tell us what you do, and tell us how you would describe yourself. Let's start with you.
Hi, I'm Shelmy Alcalde, one of the virtual specialists here at OceanClick, and I can describe myself as optimistic.
All right. Thank you, Shala, and welcome to the show. How about you, Joy?
Hi, I'm Joy. I'm the marketing content creator of OceanClick. Basically, I make the videos and direct the podcast, but right now, I guess I'm the guest here in our podcast. So, yeah, it's kind of new to be in front of the cameras when before I used to be behind the cameras. So, right now, it feels different and exciting at the same time.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you accepted this invitation to be here in front of the camera because today, as you both know, we are celebrating something very special, and I know something that you both represent. Yes. So, of course, we're going to start from the very beginning. So, I want to ask, what was the moment you first embraced your identity, or at least, started to embrace your identity? Maybe you'll start with Shella.
So for me, I can't recall a single defining moment where I started to embrace my identity because it was more of a gradual process and a complex journey. I've been phases of confusions, like uncertainty and even identity crisis. Those periods were challenging, but it is necessary for my growth. And now I came to realize that I need to embrace myself and I'm living my best life so far.
That's really good to hear. But for you, there was really no defining moment. It was a gradual.
Yes, it takes time to discover and explore myself.
But was there like that kind of like memorable moment where it somehow clicked, or there wasn't?
For me, I think that's the moment when my mom teases me about my girlfriend because she used to hate me having same-sex relationships. So I feel like it's a plot twist for my story.
Okay, I see. But you already, was it like when you were very young that you realized?
I discovered my other side or my other self way back 7 years ago
Okay.
when I met someone and she made me gay.
Okay. You mentioned
It's
it.
or because you realize. Yeah, it's funny because I used to say I don't want to enter in a same-sex relationship because I am also shaped by traditions and societal norms. So as much as possible, I am avoiding that kind of situation. But I'm not a hater or I don't discriminate the LGBTQ community, but it's just that I think I don't belong in the community, but later on I find out that this is where I belong.
Okay. So it started wherein you felt like, oh, you don't belong there, or like you didn't feel like you were part of that group. So it was only about 7 years ago. I think that's that you discovered. Oh, I belong. Okay. So how about you, Joy?
Well, same with Shalami, there was no defining moment. It came gradually. Although as a kid, all my cousins were guys. They were all boys. I have my cousins who are females, but they are really old. So, like growing up, I play with boys. I grew up playing boys or like having time with boys. So like I thought it was just a natural thing, but then my mom and some of my friends, like along the way, they kept teasing me that I'm boyish and well, stuff like that. So it felt like something that I didn't accept at first because our family is very religious, so they don't like support this kind of stuff. But I just like I grabbed it and I went with how I feel. I trusted myself, and then eventually I'm here right now, and I'm proud of what I became and who I am right now.
Wow. Okay. So it is, from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of confusion at first, like not really knowing, but then embracing yourself afterward. So, what fears did you have to overcome? Because at first you said like you didn't know you were part of the community. So what kind of fears did you have to overcome when you started to realize, oh, I'm part of the LGBTQ plus?
For me, I have a lot of views to overcome, but first is rejection, especially from my parents, because as what I've said, their expectations are shaped by traditions and societal norms. And then I am worried of disappointing them because of not fitting their own versions of identity or success for me that they have envisioned. And also, I have to carry the weight of the society, whether I will be accepted, especially by my friends and then the people around me. But in the long run, they were able to accept me and then celebrate me as well.
It's nice to have supportive friends, right? So how about you, Joy? What fears did you have?
Well, honestly, if I were to describe myself, everything felt like the same with Shell and me because I'm very religious and then all my friends were straight. It was weird at first for me. And then my friends kept asking me like, am I into girls or because they sense that I'm into girls or something like that. And at first I kept denying it to my friends, to my parents, to everyone who actually cared about me. They kept asking, but I kept denying it. And then eventually it just came out naturally. So I eventually they also accepted it.
But there were really fears that had to be overcome due to what society has placed, the expectations of society. So, who or what helped you feel safe being yourself? I'll still start with Shala. Like, was it a who or a what that helped you feel safe?
Typically, someone that made me feel safe are my few trusted individuals who became my emotional anchor and offer me safe spaces when I am vulnerable without judgment. But most of my journey, I need to navigate it by myself because there are situations that no one could understand except myself. So I need to hold the place for myself to grow, to heal, and to discover more. So I think in the end, both are necessary, the comfort of others as well as the strength that I build within myself.
So it's not just one thing. It's the what's inside, and of course, it also does help to have those support, those anchors. How about you, Joy?
Well, it all came from my friends. I mean, like coming out, they made it feel so easy. Okay. Because it felt right to show who I really am, to love who I really love in front of my friends, in front of the people that I care about and trust. And then since I talked about that my family is religious, the first time I told my mom that I'm into girls, she cried. She cried, but then okay, she questioned me at first like, am I sure is girls what would I really like girls to be my partner? Eventually after a few weeks of having that conversation with her, she accepted it and like she was okay. If it wasn't for that, I don't think I would have the courage right now to stand up and like show everyone what I really am.
So, despite your mom having those mixed
Yeah.
emotions, she still came through for you
Well, she loved me, so
because she
yeah.
loves you.
So now let's talk a little bit about work and the workplace.
Have you always felt safe being out at work? And where am I not?
Honestly speaking, it's a no for me because coming out at work depends on the environment. If it's inclusive, to open up yourself, is respect being offered. So when I joined here in OceanClick, the company, I feel seen and respected. So I am thankful, no sugarcoating. I am thankful and beyond blessed that I also worked with people who acknowledge me. And the first time I told them that I like girls and I belong in the LGBT community, and they told me it's fine, it's okay. I have the right to love, I have the right to express myself. So I am thankful that I am surrounded with people who respected me or the entire LGBTQ community.
We're glad to hear that. Because that's really what we are hoping for, that everyone feels respected and safe here. And so, we're happy to go to work. How about you, Joy?
Well, the fact that my partner works here in OceanClick and actually is the HR. Yes, OceanClick is a safe place for me because I can act who I am freely, and I don't have to hide myself to anyone. I can love freely, and I'm just happy. I'm happy to be here because people respects you.
So I would like to ask this one though. So what advice would you give to companies who would want to build inclusive spaces based on your experience, your work experience, and the inclusivity you've experienced? What advice could be possibly give to other companies who also want to do that for their employees?
For me, it's an empowering and a necessary step given that today our community is becoming diverse. And if they really want to create an inclusive space, they must go through the surface level initiatives where inclusion should be practiced, not just preached. And inclusion is more, must practice every day, not just a campaign.
Yeah.
And it's a good step because people nowadays, we came from different communities, we have different identities, so it's good that we need to acknowledge them as well, and we need to respect their own self or what are their choices.
Well, based from my experiences, they're some of the most talented people out there. So if this company want to have these talented people in their companies, then they should really have this inclusive safe spaces. So there has been a lot of like maybe beliefs about being LGBTQ member of the LGBTQ, especially for people who don't know otherwise. So what myths or stereotypes about the LGBTQ community do you wish people would stop believing? I'll start with Joy. Like, is there a stereotype that they case you into that you just wish just stop?
Even if you're a lesbian, you're still a woman. And some people don't understand that. So I guess it doesn't mean that you're a lesbian, you're not a woman anymore. So I guess I wish people would still respect you.
Yeah, absolutely, because obviously there's still differences in terms of gender from being a man to a woman. And I guess this helps like when you are voicing that out and educating people as to how the treatment that you would want for the how can we want to treat me, and to remind them that hey, I am still a woman. So that is something that may sometimes we need to remind them. How about you, Shao?
For me, I've encountered a lot of myths or stereotypes, but one thing that I want or wish people to stop believing is when you are in a same-sex relationship, especially between two women, people believe that one has to act like a man, which is, I think that assumption comes from heteronormative thinking and miss the point of what queer relationship is all about. Because for me, the LGBTQ relationship doesn't need to follow traditional gender roles.
Doesn't have to have that stereotypical there's a masculine person and a feminine fertility. Both can be feminine. Both can be masculine at the same time. So yeah, that could be a stereotype that because they still want to mold this relationship into the type of mold that they're already very familiar.
Yeah, there are a lot of questions like who's the man, who's the boy? Can't you say we're both girls?
We want to both wear wedding dresses, or we want to wear both suits, or whichever is your preference, right? All right. Yeah, that is really something that people should start. And it's a big shift in the mind for a lot of people.
And for me, it's kind of offensive when people ask me like that because can't you see we're trying to build ourselves, we're trying to discover, and then you kept questioning us like what is the normal relationship, what they have see or experience like the girl and boy, and we're not the same. Just respect us. We're still humans.
Exactly. So let's hope our viewers, really learn something today. So, how do you care for yourself emotionally and mentally, especially in tough moments?
Every time hardships come along, I talk to my partner and vent out, receive the comfort, receive the love that I've been longing the entire day, the entire hard day. So
It's nice to have that love and to be able to freely receive it, give it without, judgment or any stigma surrounding it because it does help with coping when you're faced with a lot of stress. And I know, and being in a 11-year relationship, I know sometimes when life is tough, it's just nice to go home to your person and just get a hug. Huh? So you have that. So congratulations, thank that. That's something that not a lot of people, whatever their gender is. How about you, Cheryl?
For me, at this point in life, I take my mental and emotional well being very seriously because I've been in my toughest moments. I need to take good care of myself. So, after years of holding back, years of questioning myself, I've reached in the point or the place of clarity and self acceptance, where for me is the most empowering part of not having all the answers but living at peace.
It's also a very sensitive topic, but you speak of it with bravery. Somehow I feel when you speak of it, it's coming from a place of healing. Yeah. And can you share with us a little bit how you were able to overcome that?
So I'm not gonna go into details of what really happened, but I guess that was 3 years ago when I really find my purpose. I really learned the value of life, and not all people is given the privilege to live. Others are begging for their life. So I think it's time to give justice to the life that I have, to the dreams that I really want to pursue. So I changed my mindset, and every time I have encountered problems or hurdles in life, I always remind myself that it's okay to pause, to breathe, and to rest without guilt.
And I think that's a very, very important message that our viewers should be hearing. I know that beyond those words were a life full of struggle. It seems like it's so easy to say it now, but behind those words, I know it's strength, it's resilience, it's pushing yourself despite everything, right, that you've gone through. And, sometimes people just see the sparkle, people just see, oh, okay, this person is this, but maybe a lot of the people out there wouldn't even, stand a chance walking through the path that you walk. So thank you so much for sharing that. I do hope it gives strength and encouragement to people who are also experiencing the same thing or use insurmountable challenges that might seem Like, it's insurmountable, but hopefully with the right mindset, with the right circle. And if you are from OceanClick watching right now, we have our HR help desk, always open to help. All right. Uh, so now I would like to ask, let's go to the positive side of things. What are you incredibly proud of yourself to do?
For me, the one thing that I'm incredibly proud of myself is finally I'm able to embrace myself. I'm able to accept my other side, and I am able to find the other perspectives in life. And then I was able to understand the people as well in the community, and their because it takes for you to experience something for you to understand, because you need to put your shoes in other people's shoes for you to know what their struggles are. And so I am thankful that I have to go through everything so that I learn things, and now I can say that I have learned the hardest things in life, and I am proud that I am still here, standing strong.
And we are very happy that you're here and you're joining us and you're sharing your lived experience. And hopefully, again, people get inspired by it. So, Joy, how about you? What are you incredibly proud of?
Well, for me, it would be um, being free to love who I love, being able to show everyone who I am, because right now I'm not afraid of the judgment anymore. I really don't care what other people would say towards my identity anymore, because all that matter is I love and I am loved by my partner, by my mom, my family, and my workmates, and everyone who is important to me. So I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm free, and I'm happy to be who I am.
It's a good life. It's a good life. And so, for people out there questioning, unsure, it's an example of a life that is at the other side of that fear. Is at the other side when you embrace who you really are and finally accept yourself and love yourself for who you are. It could be a wonderful and beautiful life. So, before we end, I do want to ask, because you're here now, you're strong, you're brave, you are examples of what it is to overcome trials, tribulations, and even self doubt. So, what would you like to tell your younger self?
I would like to tell myself, proud isn't even enough to begin with. You made the right choice. Everything that you let go of, the person, the places, and the moments is worth it, because you are living your life now, and continue to look forward to the great things.
Proud is not enough. Proud is an understatement. That is very heartwarming here. How about you, Joy? What's your message to little Joy?
I would say that you'll be alright. It's scary right now. It may seem tough right now, but you'll find your way. Eventually, you'll be proud of yourself. You won't have to be scared anymore. And you will be able to act who you are, who you really want to be. And you will be able to show everyone what kind of person you're really going to be. And it's something that you're really going to be proud of.
So hang in there. Alright. So how about to those who are still struggling? What message do you want to share with those people that were struggling to come out and to be accepted? Maybe we'll start with Joy.
It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be doubtful. The world is very scary. But eventually, if you found the right people, if you found the right friends, the right support system that you'll be needing, everything will be all right, and it won't be such a scary anymore.
Thank you for that, Joy. Shell.
Okay, so to everyone who's struggling to come out, just be yourself, just trust the process. It may not be easy for now, but the journey will be worth it.
So I hope you can see your future selves, because if you've heard what they said to their younger selves, someday your future self will be giving you the same advice. So now I want you to finish this phrase. Pride is.
Pride is an honor and a celebration to everyone who already came out, who's struggling to came out, and planning to came out, and to someone who's not afraid to love and express who they are.
Thank you. Pride. Pride is.
For everyone who is scared, for everyone who is courageous enough, for everyone who is helping their friends also try to come out. Pride is for everyone. It's a day where you celebrate everyone and everyone's way.
Celebrating everyone's love. All right. Thank you so much for sharing your stories, your experiences, for giving a voice to the LGBTQ community. From finding courage to speaking your truth to navigating the world with authenticity, Shalmi, Joy, thank you. Thank you for being here and for showing us what pride looks like in real life. To everyone watching or listening, wherever you are in your journey, know this: your identity is valid, your story matters, and your presence make this world more beautiful. Happy Pride Month from all of us here at OceanClick Virtual Solutions. I am Springzil Daniel, your host, and you are watching OceanClick TV. Click, watch, and connect.